Video. Crime time, bro. Who missed crime time? Let me know.
Police are often met with all kinds of dangerous people, but what happens when instead they have to face 200 IQ suspects who know the law better than they do?
200
When's the last time I
IQ.
smoked weed? I blew zero, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed. That's what's going on. You can't do that, man. You really can't do that. Absolutely I can. Is he allowed to do that?
Here's how these corrupt detectives reacted when they were outsmarted by suspects,
so now
starting with
side,
police chief Michael Cicchini. On September 17th,
Michael Cicchini's an asshole, bro. Look at this nigga's head shape.
suspects, starting with police.
Nigga wants to go steal the moon. Bombo clad. Bro has a schnoz on him too.
Police Chief Michael Cicchini. On September 17th, 2022,
We want to
the
steal
chief of
the
police
moon.
decided to threaten the wrong kids. Cicchini had started harassing these
Yeah,
kids.
you can tell this build right here, the floppy basketball shorts. Yeah, and this nigga got a flash. Who just got a flash? Whoever just got a flashlight out on the ready like that has to be a
Kids
dickhead,
for
bro.
disturbing the peace, but Parker Whalen and Travis Crin were only playing around, and they were about to show the chief that they knew the law.
Disturbing the peace. Both of them squealing their wheels at you.
He's talking.
Okay.
Travis,
They come here, they hit the cone, they're messing around here around this new monument. I'd had enough.
What the chief did next was illegal, and Travis knew it.
Get out of here! I didn't even do that. Yeah, you did. What'd I do? What'd I do? Go!
Oh, in the stomach.
Get out of here. It's disturbing the peace.
Assault, no? Was that battery?
Yeah, it's a crime. You need to go.
Assault is the threat, right?
No.
And then battery is the actual action.
Hit me with a flashlight. That's bad. Get out of here. How is that right?
Crim told his friend to call the police, but Cicchini pulled out his badge and said he was a cop, trying to intimidate them. But that didn't work. They knew Cicchini was the one who committed battery, and they refused to leave until the police came. Cicchini claimed that his badge allowed him to assault anyone he wanted to, but the
Nigga, that is the craziest shit I've ever seen, bro. What? His badge allows him to harass people?
teens didn't buy his lies.
Battery, right? Mm-hmm. Call the cops.
Smart people.
Yep, that's right. You call the cops. You just committed battery, right?
You gotta remain cool under pressure, and you cannot tell them they're filming.
That way, dude.
They're gonna force you to delete that
Get
footage.
some legal scholar on the Supreme Court? No, well, like, what are we doing as a police? You can't hit me with a flashlight. Disturb the peace.
I think it's the middle of the road.
You hit me with a flashlight. No, you don't have a right to disturb the peace. You
hit me with a flashlight, bro. What are you talking about?
You won't believe what Cicchini did next.
Assault me. You want to make out? I'll make out with you.
Yo, why did he have to go that route? That's fucked up.
You won't believe what
guy's
Cicchini did
losing it.
next.
Assault me. You want to make out? I'll make out with you right now. I swing both ways, bro. Go ahead. Assault.
God. Hey, fucking yo. Pause
He
that.
ran out of options, so getting the boys to attack him was his next plan. That way, he'd have something to show the police. But the teens knew better than that.
I'm not gonna touch you. I'm not gonna touch you. I know.
Get
better.
out of his face.
I know better, bro. Hey,
What is
can
he
you
doing
send
to
a
you?
unit
Calm,
down here? I've got
collected.
3 hooligans that need to go.
Situation.
You hit me with a flashlight.
Thankfully, they recorded the entire encounter, and when the other officers arrived, the chief was suddenly not so brave.
5 minutes or so of the screeching tires from the birds, you know, and the hooting and hollering down here.
This guy's
So I
a
go
dickhead,
out
he's
onto
a
my
melon.
balcony and I look down and they're just, they're driving, and the guy in the long hair intentionally drives his scooter into the barricade. And I go, hey, cut it out. Cut your shit.
That t-shirt way too tight, bro. This nigga got a lunch lady.
I'm up in my apartment.
Tight ass t-shirt, bro.
I forget what he says of me. I can do whatever I want. And I go, you need to get out of here.
I know that's a triple
Something to
XL.
that effect. And
He hit the barrel or the bar?
he hit the barrel right there, the middle barrel. Open the door, tell him to leave, get out of here. Then I approach, I walk
And who just walks around with their
across
badge
the
too?
little plaza here.
If you're off duty, like yo, let me know if you guys are cops in the chat.
And
If you're an off-duty officer, you're not allowed to have your badge on, are you?
Something to that. Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
Cicchini
Unless you're
said he was
undercover.
off duty at home when he
How
heard the
that
two
works,
boys
though.
destroying property. He had told them to leave, but when one of them threatened him, he decided to run downstairs and deal with them himself. But his side of the story was different from what had actually happened.
I felt that he was hostile towards me, so I did. how I was taught back in the day.
That I was taught back in the day, nigga. What back in the day, fam?
Towards me, so I did. How I was taught back in the day is a pectoral, large muscle mass jab, right?
With your hand?
With my butt of my flashlight.
What happened then?
He got angry, obviously, and accused me of assaulting him, calling me various names such as bald-headed.
They call this nigga bald. I know they didn't, but I hope.
You know when you were a police
they
officer?
actually
I
so they
did
can get
identify myself, showed him my badge.
Prior to this altercation?
I may have when I was walking up. He challenged me to fight and dared me to come down. Okay, I came down. He stood off on me, and I did a pectoral jab with my flashlight. Okay.
Thankfully, the teens could share their side of the story too, and they told the truth.
What's going on?
So we were just riding around on bird scooters, you know, like teenagers.
Bird scooters. Think is this? Listen,
And then
Canada?
he came up here. I'm 19.
Okay.
And he hit the cone right here and knocked it over.
Middle one?
Yeah, and knocked it over, and then he started yelling, and he threatened him first. So he was defending himself, like
this guy's
against
feeling
him.
is-
How did he try to?
Dude,
I
that
don't
shit
remember
hurts,
exactly
bro.
what he
You
said,
feel too much?
but he antagonized him, so he was defending himself. Travis was standing right there, didn't say a single word, and like on the road, and he came up and hit him. I don't know if it was like in the chest or the rib cage, but he hit him with the flashlight and then started shining it in his eyes.
Hindsight, I would say it's not a big deal. Like, it's a little jab, but he does need to be reprimanded because imagine if that was a gun, bro, and he's just using, what is it? Deadly force all willy-nilly. That's crazy.
Brake, the back wheel locks up and it makes a squeaking noise, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you can drift when you do that. It's kind of fun, right?
Okay.
I get it's kind of late and stuff, right?
Right.
But he's up there. He goes, "Hey, big shot, you want to go?" Right? Because he said, "Why don't you keep it down?" I said, "I'm not doing nothing wrong." He goes,
Bro,
"Hey,
why are they
big shot, you
pressing
wanna go?"
Shaggy like this,
Right?
bro?
And I stood right here. I said, "What's up?"
He has that
walks
Shaggy
up to
vibe.
me and like, "I'm not gonna hit you, I promise." He goes like that and jabs me like right here in the ribs with the flashlight. And then he said he felt threatened. My hands were at my sides. I don't know. I didn't swing at him.
He's making honest
I just stood there.
points here though.
He hits you in the stomach with the flashlight.
Like the rib cage, not the
Okay.
stomach, bro.
Of course, Shakini wanted the two guys to be charged for what happened.
I'll cut a supplement. 2 charges right here.
But instead, he was the one who ended up getting charges. Shakini was charged with assault and battery and is no longer Bay City's public safety director or chief of police. This next officer was determined
Fired
to
his
charge
ass.
his suspect for
Dude,
doing nothing.
why are all the officers in this bald and kind of chubby, bro? I'm seeing
Wrong.
a correlation
Ready?
now.
Yep.
Bro, once you lose your hair, you lose your
Relax.
humanity as well, eh?
So I'm gonna read you Miranda. Okay. Right now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
On August 28th, 2022,
When they start
Taven
reading you
Galanakis
Miranda
was
rights,
pulled
that
over
means
by
you're
police officer
getting
Nathan
booked, bro.
Winters for
You're getting
having
put
his
in the back
bright
of
lights
squad
on.
car.
And even though
Because
Galanakis
if
had
they
a
don't
perfect
use it and
excuse
you
for
confess
it,
something,
the officer
cannot
didn't
be
care.
used. Don't take it from me though.
Good, hurry
Hey,
up.
don't take advice from the internet. Do not take fucking legal advice from a fucking, streamer. That's fucked up. But that's what I know.
Good. My name's Officer Winters with the Newton Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is because you have your bright lights on.
Yeah, I have a headlight out, so I just keep my brights on.
Okay, well that's not legal.
That's,
Oh, it isn't?
No.
That's fair
No,
though.
my car,
You can't
my
do
car
that, really?
Turn them off, but like,
I
You
thought you
didn't with
could do
me.
that.
oh, you weren't close enough though. You were like,
Wasn't close enough.
wild. Yeah, you were
Speaking of
wild back.
headlights, bro,
Speaking
is
of
it just me
headlights.
or the
Oh, my
LED lights of cars right now are fucking like 50 billion lumens, bro? What the hell? Why are they piercing my eyes and you're behind me, bro?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And you're not
about
supposed
That's
to have your
low
brights on in the city limit.
The officer
But I do
started
have
questioning
sensitive eyes,
procedure and
You
asked
couldn't
for his
tell.
license and registration, but some of his questions were a little bizarre.
You got your license, registration, insurance with you?
Yeah, I got you.
Standard
Is
questions.
this your car?
Yeah,
Okay. Where are you headed?
back home.
Where's home? Are you new to town or something?
No,
You don't have anything on you? No bombs, guns, drugs?
no bombs or no drugs.
Okay, let's go back here.
The officer noticed Taven's movements in the car and the smell of alcohol on him, so he jumped to the conclusion that he had been drinking. Although Taven insisted that he was sober, Officer Winters didn't believe him, so the boy requested a breathalyzer test.
Dude,
How much have you had to drink tonight?
None.
What do you mean none?
I had nothing to drink.
Okay. Why would your eyes be watery and bloodshot?
But Winters didn't want to give him the easy way out.
I've had nothing to drink.
Okay. So your movements in the car with you fumbling over the registration,
Yep.
kind of say otherwise.
Okay.
And so does the
You're really
odor
just
of alcohol
fumbling
coming
for
from your
your
person.
registration.
Great, let's do a
Warrants
test then.
suspicion.
We'll get to the test.
I can't wait.
The teen asked for the
Ooh,
test
cocky. I know
again
he did
because
not
he
like
was
that
sure
shit.
of himself. He even made a video mocking the situation and the officer.
Put it on fucking YouTube.
He was sure of himself. He even made a video mocking the situation
Is
and
he
the
sitting in the
officer.
passenger seat?
So what happens if, nothing pops up? Do you get in trouble?
No? Why would I get in trouble?
Because you think
Testing
I'm
it.
drinking, but I'm not drinking. Can I
testing
record it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your name?
My name's Officer Winters.
So Officer Winters thinks I'm drinking tonight.
Going out the fucking. Is that Snapchat?
Do a test, and he's gonna find out I had nothing to drink. He's gonna look stupid. Ain't that right?
He did not like that shit. I know his fucking bald head is boiling.
I've had nothing to drink.
Didn't
Zero.
even answer him.
And we're about to find out.
Winters took Taven through a bunch of sobriety tests, all of them except for the breathalyzer.
Alright, so I'm gonna actually have you stand right here is fine for now. I'm gonna have you stand with your heels and toes together, with your arms down to your side. Okay.
Reach
I'm
up,
gonna
touch your
check
nose.
your eyes. Cool. Okay. What I want you to do is follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only, and do not move your head. Okay.
Yep.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
All right. So I want you to put your left foot on the line. Okay. Take your right foot, put it in front of your left foot, with the heel of your right foot touching the toe of your left foot, just like this. Okay.
Okay.
Stay in this position until I tell you to begin. Okay.
Yeah, let's try it too.
Perfect.
That doesn't seem too
Gallinakis
hard.
asked for the test for the third and fourth time, but still nothing. Instead, the officer went
You'll
on
get
with
some
another
workouts, but
test.
if you look
Come
forward,
on, man, it's too
I
easy.
feel like it's easy. Especially with your hands not out. It's too easy.
Let's do the breath now. 2 for 2. Give me a little blow.
I will.
Blow zeros.
I will here in a minute. Okay. All right. Couple more tests here. Okay. I want you to stand with your heels and toes together, with your arms down your
Bro,
side.
how many fucking tests are these?
When I say begin, I want you to estimate the passing of 30 seconds. Close your eyes and tilt your head back. Okay.
Estimate the pass of 30 seconds? Nah, this nigga gotta be making shit up at this point.
30 seconds?
Yes, sir.
And another.
I want you to stand just like you are. Make a fist. Rotate your hands facing me and extend both index fingers.
I
Heels-
would record it, but like my phone's at 1%.
Okay, rotate your palms, just like that. I'm going to give you a series of commands. Okay, the command's going to be either left or right. Okay, whichever hand I say, I want you to bring that hand up, touch the tip of your nose with the tip of your finger, and bring your hand immediately back down. Okay?
He asked for the test one last time.
Let's blow real quick. Stop doing all these damn tests. Let's blow. Let's get to business.
And finally,
pause
1 hour into the stop,
Pause it,
Winters
pause it,
got the
pause
breathalyzer device, but the results were not what he had expected.
You ready?
Yep.
Oh, look at that smirk as soon as it dropped.
Okay, you can relax.
Look at that smirk.
So I'm going to read you Miranda. Okay?
The device showed 0.0, yet he started reading Tavon his Miranda rights before arresting him.
Right now, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you before any question. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Officer Winters didn't show him the results and tried accusing him of smoking weed too, but Taven
Yo, this nigga really wants to
caught on
okay, I don't-
immediately.
My fault to this other officer. It wasn't him. It wasn't him involved. I was just roasting this guy on the right here. I thought he was the one who was doing all this shit, but
Results and tried
he's just
accusing
a
him of
bystander. It's
smoking
Puppy's
weed
partner or
too,
some
but
shit.
Taven caught on immediately.
When's the last time you smoked weed?
I do not remember that.
Tonight?
Oh,
Okay, well, I
weed
think
tonight,
it's tonight.
I've had no weed tonight. What? Why do you think it's tonight? Why do you think I smoke? I blew zeros, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed. That's what's going on. You can't do that, man. You really can't do
Absolutely, I can.
that. Is he allowed to do that? Yes, he is. So I blow zeros and you spit drugs, man. You really can't do that.
Absolutely, I can.
Is he allowed to do that?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Officer not doing shit.
So I blow zeros and you spit drugs, man.
I take it back, bro. That nigga's a dick rider too. Old ass nigga.
I
Fuck
blow
him.
zeros. You think I'm on drugs?
Winters said he had a reason for Gallinakis' arrest, but he confessed something different on the phone.
Here's my situation. I stopped this guy for having his brights on. He fumbles around with his registration 3, 4, 5 times.
Fucking cap.
He He bombed sobriety. I asked him, I said,
He
I read him
bombed sobriety?
He bombed sobriety. I asked him, I said, I read him Miranda, PBT 000s. So he says he'll do an evaluation, but he's kind of a smart ass. Would you want to talk to him, or?
That's why you're mad. You're mad because he's a smart ass and he got you in the wrong and you're having a power trip.
Alright, that's what we'll do then.
Fucking donuts.
Okay, but I obviously have enough to charge him with the sobriety, so.
Galanakis was arrested and brought to the police station where he went through
Outdated
yet
a
another
lawsuit that they
test.
want.
This time it was a drug test. And of course, Galanakis had nothing in his system.
We're going home tonight.
Fuck out of
okay?
here.
I have no evidence or no information to suggest that you're under the influence of
Imagine you
drugs.
smoked like 2 weeks
So
ago.
he wanted
and
to
they
have
tested
his
it in the
last
system.
words with Winters, who tried so hard to get him charged.
So, I just want to know, like,
What's this big brolicky looking motherfucker, bro?
So, I just want to know, like,
Nigga, his pants barely fit on him,
how
bro.
does it feel? How does it feel for what? Remember I told you when you first pulled me over? You're
This
like,
nigga
you're
wide, though.
impaired.
Just
You're
for
on
the size of
drugs.
his arm, I can tell this
You
nigga
drink
wide as
alcohol.
hell.
Turns out I'm not on any of that. Okay. Really dumb decision by you today. I'm really disappointed in how you can't bite your drug test.
I based my decision on your field sobriety test.
Was it really failed though? It was pouring outside. It was terrible cement.
And Taven sure had the last laugh. But these 4 officers are even worse.
And your badge number, please?
My days.
I don't even know why you're here right
Living
now.
on speed.
I asked you a direct question. Do you have your badge number on
And
you?
I asked you to leave because right now you're not allowed to be on our traffic stop.
On March 27th, 2023, an officer approached a guy claiming he was standing too close to their traffic stop. But the guy was at a very considerable distance, and he knew it. So he asked for her badge number.
Who the fuck is this, bro? Fucking Officer Doolittle, bro?
No, thank you.
Having a power trip, bro.
Well, this is our traffic stop right now, so
Hey, nigga, it's not a crime scene. It's a fucking traffic stop. You missed a red light or speeding. Chill out, bro.
Thank you. She just asked me.
You know what it is? It's niggas like these who like get bullied at high school and shit, and then get into a position of power and have a fucking power trip, bro. What do you mean you're standing too? It's a pub. First of all, he's in a public place. He's not interfering with the crime.
Contact with me. Could you identify your name and badge number?
I'm on.
I don't know if this is true, but they say public servants have to produce their identification when you ask for it. I don't know if that's true or not.
And your badge number, please?
I don't even know why you're here right now.
I asked you a direct question. Do you have your badge number on
And
you?
I asked you to leave because right now you're not allowed to be on our traffic
Alvy,
stop.
First,
chill.
one officer, Officer Albie, tries to dodge the question, but the guy insisted on getting it. After some back and forth, she finally budges.
Okay.
If you're refusing to identify your badge number, it might result in a complaint with the
Oh!
department.
Immediately.
Okay, I understand that. My badge number is 639.
Thank you very much.
But I've asked you a question.
At this time, it's not consensual.
Despite this, the officer still demands the person should move further away from the scene, but he remains unfazed. He stands his ground, pointing out his right to be there and watch the police activity from a reasonable distance, which is protected by legal rules,
Real
even
shit.
established by the Supreme Court.
Real shit.
Look at this tattoo. A little further away from the scene.
Do you remember what the
He looks
Supreme
competent
Court
though.
ruled as
I
far
believe
as
in
the
him.
distance?
Do you remember what it was?
You don't know?
No, man. He's an asshole.
Well, anything that we deem as unsafe.
Okay, that's false. Have a good day, sir.
Okay. Well, I will make sure to research that information.
Thank you, sir. I have the answer, by the way.
But just know if you get too close to a scene, you can't be arrested.
Hey, man, they would have arrested me already, man. Have a good one.
Just letting you know.
Have a good one.
But the situation gets more tense as other officers approach the guy. However, none of them could intimidate him.
What's going on? Can we help you with anything? Do you have any business to conduct here right now?
Who's this Disney looking motherfucker?
Can I ask you what type of business you're conducting? And can you take your hand out your pocket for me, please?
Since you're engaging with me, can I get your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Robinson, badge number 659.
Thank you very much.
Is it right here, behind the vehicle?
Did somebody complain to you, sir?
No, I didn't.
Have a great day, sir. Thank you.
Can you step back behind the vehicles for me?
Is that a lawful request?
It is a lawful request. You'll find a lot of traffic stops.
Bro, also, this nigga shouldn't be doing all this, bro. I don't think, like, unless you have, like, you have nothing to do that day, you shouldn't be doing all this, bro. At all costs, you should avoid all this bullshit, bro. They tell you you'll step back, you feel some pressure, bro. Just step the fuck back. It's not that deep. I get it. It's your civil right as a civilian. But some things that aren't worth fighting for, bro.
What's your name and your badge number?
I feel like this whole convo right here is stupid, bro.
Just answer it, man.
Either this guy should not give a fuck, or this guy should have stepped back.
I will, because
It's your policy.
it's actually not our policy.
It's not?
No, it's not.
You don't think it's professional to identify
No, it's not.
to people? Okay.
My name is Officer Love.
Love?
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
This guy knew his rights, and there was nothing the cops could do about it. So they left before one of them lost their job.
And make sure we always record the police, because they don't like it at all. They don't like to be seen bullying others.
Watch what happens when cops get outsmarted by a 15-year-old kid.
Okay.
They tase him, bro?
I didn't do anything. You just tased me for no reason.
On September 29th, 2019, the cops messed with the wrong kid. They surrounded the house of Michael Franchek to arrest him, but his son knew constitutional rights a little too well. The whole situation started with Michael's son, Jack, who was riding around on a gas-powered bike, annoying the neighbors in the process. The neighbors didn't appreciate his presence and threatened him, so Jack's father stepped in and got into an argument with the neighbor. Allegedly, another neighbor called the police, claiming that Jack's father had a weapon hidden in his trousers. When police arrived, they decided to talk to Franchek. However, he
First of all, what's gonna be is this nigga came out in basketball shorts, first of all, bro.
declined to answer their question or leave his house. He asked for their names and badge numbers, but the officers ignored this request. The situation quickly escalated when the officers started questioning him about an incident, to which he responded that he had no idea what they were talking about.
Can I help you?
Hello, are you, Michael?
Hi, can I help you with something?
Yeah, we're here about a
And your name?
Officer Rodriguez.
First name?
Jim.
Jim, how are you, Jim? And your
I
name?
wasn't gonna shake his hand.
Please.
Sure.
Sorry, badge number? What's that? Badge number,
Okay.
please.
Let's go ahead and talk about the incident that you had out here a few minutes ago.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Step down here for me.
The officers insisted he step down, but he refused, and this is when it got physical.
Yeah, no. Hey!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa! Did he get into his house like
My
that?
house without a warrant.
Is there any gun in your back pocket?
And I get tweaking.
Okay, come on
I'm not
outside.
coming outside.
Can we talk right here?
Sure we can. Jack, come here, record this.
Come on outside.
Record this.
Come outside.
Jack, record this. Grab my phone and record this. Whoa, I'm injured.
Okay, cooperate.
I am cooperating. You're violating my Fourth Amendment right.
Oh, stop.
Outside.
You're violating my Fourth Amendment right.
You guys cannot come in here without a search warrant.
The officers forcibly tried to arrest him, even though he was unarmed.
Yeah, this
Then,
is all
Michael
types of
was
fucked
suddenly
up.
tased and dragged outside the police without doing anything wrong.
I didn't do anything. You just tased me for no reason.
Stop. Outside.
What are you doing? What am I being detained for?
Outside.
What am I being detained for?
Just stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Don't take his phone.
Thankfully, Jack was recording the entire time,
Good
even though a cop
shit.
did try to stop him.
Don't take his phone. Don't take his phone. I'm good. I'm good. I've chilled the whole time. I haven't done anything. Relax. I haven't resisted.
Officer,
They say they don't resist him, but
I
they
am.
resist him.
Tie my back. This is unbelievable.
no, I know.
This is
They
unbelievable.
walked in the house without a search warrant.
This is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Walk in the house
Follow
without
me and record.
search permit.
Give
They
us
arrested
space.
him without
I'm
telling
not-
him the
Give us
probable
space.
Okay.
cause.
What's your space? What's your space?
Jack, record
Who the fuck do they think they are? They think the FBI or some shit, bro?
Does this look like enough space?
The cops took Jack's dad and even injured him in the process.
Somewhere back there.
What am I doing?
That's payday,
Hands
bro.
up. You're injuring me. I'm not resisting. It's all been recorded.
It is.
I didn't resist.
I know.
I didn't do it. You know. See, he acknowledged that I didn't resist, Jack.
Yeah, I haven't
The
been.
I
neighbors
didn't
is-
resist.
Well, we asked you to stop, right?
I didn't do anything against your instructions. This guy came into my house without a warrant, without any probable cause.
Let me just talk for a second.
I said I don't know anything, and he tackled me in my house.
And when Jack tried to talk, they didn't let him. They knew he was too smart and he would bring them trouble.
Officer,
Just me and you, right?
Okay, yeah, I'm fine. Shh. No, he can
No.
talk. He can talk.
No.
I can talk because I was in the
You're gonna arrest
situation.
him?
No, I'm not gonna arrest
Okay, then calm down. He recorded the whole thing. This guy is out of
Listen to me.
control. Okay.
What's your badge? What's your name?
Step back.
I'm not.
Look, you
I'm
just
on my
touched me. You
property.
can record all you want, but you're stepping back right now.
Don't touch me. Stop harassing me.
We're just trying to.
I'm videoing this. Please get out of my personal space.
No.
Yes.
You're not gonna interfere with
way,
what
man.
we're doing.
This is my property.
You're not gonna interfere with an arrest. You can record all you want, but you're not gonna get close to it.
I'm on my property. Move out of my personal space.
I'm gonna stand right here.
This is my personal square. Please move.
I'm gonna stand right here.
Please move. You're in my personal space.
Please.
What's your name?
Yeah, I do not need to give you that.
Yeah, you do.
For what reason? I know. I'm involved with this, yes. But this guy threatened me and called the cops on you. And what's your badge number?
What's your name?
What's your badge number? Badge number. That says name.
3K12.
Okay.
Now what's your name?
I'm not making any statements.
You're not making any statements?
Nope.
Okay, I have the right to identify you. You understand that, right?
Then you can search up my face and you can search up my record.
Okay.
Okay.
Their only option was to detain the kid too and threaten him with juvenile court.
They backed the kid too. Yo. Nah, this is a power trip, bro. They bagged the kid too.
But the officers knew he had 0 charges.
Are you the one driving up and down the street on the motorcycle?
I was on my gas bicycle.
Okay, that's a gas-powered vehicle. You have to have a driver's license.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Not when it's 50cc and you have a permit for it.
And once
He has
again,
low hair,
Jack
is it?
knew his
No.
rights. After a while, the officers found out that Michael did in fact have a concealed carry permit, so he was allowed to own a gun as long as he didn't wave it around. And nobody said he did, so the cops had nothing on him.
Well, if he didn't threaten anyone with it, there's no... I don't
No,
think
it was
there's
just a
any sense of
concern for
trying
me.
to- Oh, no. Absolutely. But I don't think there's any reason to try to write a warrant to get in the house.
I'm going to arrest him for failure to obey a lawful command, resisting, disorderly.
Yeah, disorderly. That's good because it got her attention too.
The only thing that was left was for the cops to make up a story since there was no crime.
Obviously, this is going to turn into something. He's going to get you known. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do this up on how the kid was being in feedback, how I checked his cuffs. Like, his cuffs were tight. He has big wrists. You have to click like once or twice in. You can't click him anymore. What do you do?
Does he cover his camera?
Anyway, you got to take
That
him,
gotta
and
be
then what are you
against the
going to do? Resisting, disorderly,
failure to identify.
failure to...
And then I'm going to look up me having a handgun in a
They gotta
dispute.
make up some bullshit.
It might not fly, it might fly, I don't know.
We never found a gun. We got the witness statement.
Right.
But
You trying to plant
look it up
evidence?
if you want. That's be my guess.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
But they didn't get away with it.
Crooked-ass
Officer
cops.
Rodriguez was charged with 5 violations, which
shit.
included using a taser on Michael. Officer Thor was found guilty of 3 violations as well.
Good
Both
shit.
of them were fired from their positions, and Michael filed a lawsuit seeking over $1 million in compensation.
that?
This is what happens when anyone is allowed to become a cop.
Bro? $1 million, my nigga. $1 million, I'm going straight to the dealership, bro.